Hello, SpeedGaming! Welcome once again to the Untitled Goose Game 80% Glitchless Tournament 2020. I will be your commentator here. I am Tasselfoot. This is a losers bracket semifinals match between Shattermage and HippoKrampus. It is best of 3. And we're going to get started in just a few seconds. Countdown is going to be coming. And the signal to honk has been given to both of our runners. And so, just some information. Shattermage is our 3rd place on Glitchless. HippoKrampus is 4th place. Their PBs are 12 seconds apart from each other, with a 13-14 and a 13-26. We are going to be looking for some speedy gooses, sub 14 runs. Is what I am hoping for from both runners. Right out of the gate, you're going to see something through the gate that may look like a glitch. It is not a glitch. We define a glitch in Goose Game as meeting or needing to meet one of 2 requirements. Either you are going through a solid object, or you are using an object to go between, through, or over some other object. Runners have been given the signal to honk, and they are off. So they're going to do what is called a half gate clip through this starter gate, this tutorialized gate here. But since they opened the gate, they do not use an item, and it is open. They're going between an opening. We do not consider it a glitch. There's going to be one other instance similar to that towards the end of the run. Other than that, gameplay is going to look very normal, just very, very quick. So we start out here in the garden. We've got some RNG stuff going on. Bad RNG for both of our runners, but better for Shattermage. HippoKrampus probably getting worst RNG. Let's see if we get a spade. Yup, spade above his head. That is unfortunate, but hopefully won't impact the final stuff. The RNG from Groundskeeper Willie's starting position can impact things by up to about 13 seconds. From absolute best to absolute worst, maybe 11, give or take. So it can definitely make a big difference overall, and it could be the difference between the run, but hopefully it will not. Both runners grabbing the hat, dropping it in there. Hippo didn't get the hat placement just right, so he's going to have to be dancing there with Groundskeeper Willie. Shattermage getting the hat down, no problem. Sneaking the rake just past it. So he's going to be able to get it into the rake at the same time that Groundskeeper Willie puts on his sun hat. If you have not played Goose Game before, the objective is to complete various tasks in each of the areas. They need to complete all of the tasks on the list except for one. That will unlock a final task. Complete that final task, and it will open the way to the next area. There are 4 areas, and then a quote-unquote final area to go through, where they then have to come all the way back home again. Shatter doing his final task here for the garden. HippoKrampus right behind it. This is going to deviate a little bit from your casual play here. They're going to be luring Groundskeeper Willie using his spade and getting him to rebuy it back. There are also hidden tasks in Goose Game. Some of them count as main tasks in addition to hidden tasks, such as this one. A main task here in High Street is to have someone buy back their own item. And a hidden version of that task is have someone from outside of High Street buy back their item. And it just so happens to be about 20 seconds faster to have Groundskeeper Willie buy back his spade than to have the little boy Timmy buy back his plane, which is probably what you did casually. Shatter getting bad shopkeep RNG. Hippo getting good shopkeep RNG, but not being able to take advantage of it by getting the broom break before that buyback conversation. So Shatter is going to maintain his lead here, having a little bit of trouble getting past the shopkeeper. But that is going to be the final task that both runners are doing here in High Street, is to break the broom. You may have blinked, and if you blinked, you probably missed almost all of High Street. It is that fast. And they are moving on to their final task, which involves locking the shopkeeper in the garage. Shatter doing next level strats, didn't execute it perfectly, so not going to save any time over the next fastest garage strat. Shattermage not even bothering. I don't know what Shatter was doing there at all, honestly. I don't know why he re-grabbed the viewfinder there. Probably was unintentional, but it's going to lose him a little bit of extra time. Whereas Shattermage making his way to the back garden, bringing that viewfinder, rocking it 80s style. And he is doing it not just for the good Goose looks, but he is doing it for strategery as well. Getting newspaper cycle with the tidy neighbor here. We refer to him as Roger. Messy neighbor on the other side, we call her Tina. And they are going to be our antagonists here. Hippo, unfortunately, getting teacup cycle. Going to lose an extra about 3.5 seconds waiting for that newspaper to go. So we don't need the newspaper cycle for anything. The newspaper cycle is also much longer than the tea cycle. So getting rid of that newspaper winds up leading everything to just work out really well, and winds up just being faster. So we don't have to worry, and especially if you miss a cycle. If you miss a cycle without getting that newspaper, you have to wait an entire another newspaper cycle. Incredible time loss. But if you miss one with after taking the newspaper, only about 15 seconds to wait for that next cycle. But Shattermage definitely going to make the cycle after breaking the bust. We are going to make Roger spit out his tea. We have to mess with Roger a lot, and they all involve the tea cycle. Very tight routing here in the back garden. If you screw things up, you can definitely snowball your time losses. Both runners doing a good job of keeping Tina at the top of her backyard so that she did not see that the gate was open until we wanted her to see that the gate was open, because Goose Game is all about both RNG and AI manipulation. All of the NPCs have various priorities to things that they do, and that gate is very high priority, and we want to make sure that she does not do it earlier on, because it'll just lose a bunch of time. She has to walk down there, close it, move it up. We're going to probably miss the cycle with Roger. It's going to lead to then also being early on this cycle that Shattermage is on. So the timing just works out really well to keep her manipulated up at the top. Shatter, prettiest goose in the town for now. About to lose that, but managed to get off both of the slippers from Roger. That is a task. And we've broken the vase. That is also a task. All of our tasks are completed except for now the final task. But once again, we were able to manipulate Tina's positioning when we stole the vase and honked. Kept her down here so that she can go and snip the prized rose. Did Shatter honk? Probably did, just with no audio. Hard to tell. I would assume that he did, but Shattermage has a very large lead right now. Actually having a really good run, especially given the RNG that he had at the start. Lost probably 7 or 8 seconds just to Groundskeeper Willie RNG, but everything else, also a couple seconds lost due to Shopkeeper RNG with the broom, having to do that afterwards. But getting out of the house at 7 minutes flat, there is the 7-minute bell. That is really fast. Well on pace for a low 13 time. Potentially PB pace, even. Or at least very close to PB pace. Shatter making his way to the pub. After all of this messing around with all the humans, need a drink. We'll see. Shatter tends to have some issues right here with the old man. In his practice runs that I saw yesterday, it was definitely a struggle. Right here, okay. Looking good from Shattermage. Bad RNG with the old man. Also bad RNG here from the pub lady. She was right in the way. If he had tried to get into the top of the pub, she would have shoot him off. Also a little bit of issue there, trying to grab the pint glass. It is definitely finicky, as HippoKrampus making his way, getting kicked away by Bouncer Vinny, but then able to get in, but then he gets blocked off by Box Girl, having to then wait, make sure, because you do want Vinny to fall over. Shattermage also having some Box Girl related problems. Oh boy. Yep. Oh, cannot get back into the pub. definitely helping HippoKrampus catch up a little bit, but oh, made it through cleanly here. Not going to line up on the cycles. I'm going to assume that, oh, he just missed dart cycle. That is very unfortunate. Although if Shatter is able to do the toy boat here perfectly fast without losing any time, he should be able to make it back for the darts. I would not juggle this. This is not what I recommend. Shatter is trying to juggle the pub lady and doing the darts. If he just does the boat, okay, he is. He's doing the boat. This is what I would do, but he's got to do it fast. Okay, he's got to get out. Got to get right out, and he should be on darts. All right, great. Shatter is making the cycle. That is, whew. I'm sure he was very nervous right there. And moving on to our final task here in the pub, she is going to go and remove the tomatoes so that we can drop a bucket onto Bouncer Vinny's head. Whereas HippoKrampus is just here, sitting here waiting on darts. Decided to wait instead of trying to do the juggle. So it is going to be 20 seconds that Hippo is going to have to wait for that sink to fill up. So Shattermage easily a minute ahead. No longer on PB pace, unfortunately. But he is going to be on mid-13 pace. He is breaking the pint glass, saying that he is not happy about what just went on there in the pub. I think he knows that that probably cost him a chance at a PB. But I do believe he is well in line here for a Game 1 victory. Not gonna throw out any commentator curses here, but it would take a travesty of a bell return for Shattermage to lose this lead. Not sure what's going on with Hippo's side with the honks. He's waiting a lot, losing a little bit of time. Not quite optimal. Not sure what he's doing. Oh, somehow the pub lady didn't come out yet. Okay, that's what happened. We do need her to do the goose. There we go. Okay, Hippo losing a whole bunch more time there. I'm guessing he didn't bump into the pub lady earlier. That's what I'm assuming happened. Oh, and we got the bug where Vinny thinks that the goose is on the top of the pub instead of underneath the pub. So he starts trying to run up to the top. That can happen sometimes. Not a good position for Shattermage on the bell return. Gonna have to just wait a couple seconds. There you go. Well done. Gonna be able to get past. Box Girl actually coming in handy this time around, pushing Vinny out of the way, and able to get out of the pub cleanly with only losing a few seconds to having to wait. Not even having to do a single drop and regrab. Hippo making his way into the model village. You know, Shatter doing his kind of modified method of doing back garden. Worked out well. There we go. There is the drop and regrab. Highly recommended for all of your bell returns. If you drop the bell, it causes the NPCs to stop aggroing on you, and they switch into a different animation, which causes them literally to stop. And if you then just immediately repick the bell back up, it stuns the NPCs, allows you to prevent them from catching up. Really, really useful strategy. I believe it was originally found by Bry Guy way back in early October, shortly after the game came out. Hippo just getting into the pub on his bell return as Shatter is into the garden. This is gonna be a GG Game 1 for Shattermage, for sure. Coming strong with the 13. Hippo probably gonna be in the 15 range, it's looking like. Yep, we're looking at a 13, 39 on Shattermage's side. That is going to be my guess. Okay, 1340 because he's doing credit skip, which lost him a second there. Would have been a 1339 instead. Hippo looks like he is conceding game one as well in the chat room. So GG on game one to Shattermage right there. Going on standby. There we go. Hippo, as the restream catches up, Hippo has forfeited at the end and moved on, getting ready for game number two. Shatter asking for a hot minute. So as soon as Shattermage is ready for game number two, we will move on. That was quite the game number one. Really clean run from Shattermage, except for that little bit of an issue getting back into the pub. All right, Shattermage says he is ready. And we're going to be doing the countdown for game number two. The signal to honk has been given. Also, as some information in regards to the tournament in general, as I mentioned, this is our losers bracket semi-final. We have 4 people remaining in this tournament. We have Shattermage, HippoKrampus, myself, and the glitchless god Rowan VDV himself. Rowan is waiting in the grand finals, and the winner of this match gets to face yours truly. So that will be very exciting. Our audio levels, okay. Should be any second now that we will go. Shattermage, if he wins this game right here, will get to face me in the losers finals. And if Hippo wins on his side, there will be a game 3. So you can hear the credits music still playing. That is one of the bugs from the credits glitch, credit skip that Shattermage did. That ending credits will get replaced by the starter music as soon as Shattermage reaches the intro. But Shatter having some problems with his half gate clip, so HippoKrampus has the early lead. There we go. We can see the music back to normal. What is our RNG going to be like? Ooh! Wet Willy on Shattermage's side versus right side Willy for HippoKrampus. So right side is kind of the average RNG. It's not the worst, and it's not Wet Willy, which is the best. And so you're going to be able to see that already Shattermage is now back in the lead just because of that RNG. Even though he was 3 or 4 seconds behind, he is now 3 or 4 seconds ahead. That is probably about 8 seconds difference on that RNG. Also, Shatter doing a better job of placing down the tulip, so less having to go on. And Hippo's froze. Okay, we're back on Hippo's side. Both of our runners getting the hat down correctly this time. No issues. But we're up to probably an 8-second lead already. I didn't mention game number 1, but both of our runners messing up the garden here. That is in an attempt to manipulate groundskeeper Willy's position in the bell return. I'd say it only works about 25% of the time, but, you know, it's free to do, so why not? Really nice from Shatter. It looked like it was about a 153, 154, and that was with missing the hat gate clip, so it would have been more like a 150 garden had he gotten that, which is really nice. About a perfect garden is a 147, which requires perfect RNG as well as execution. Shatter getting really nice shopkeep RNG as well here. We'll see if he can get this full left side. Nope, he was not able to do it, unfortunately. Interestingly, if you're able to get hold of that broom, the shopkeeper's butt prevents Willy from getting to his trigger position, and him getting into position is what aggroes the shopkeeper. So you're able to break that broom, even though Willy is waiting to get to the position. Moving right along here. There we go. A little bit better from Shatter. And a nice sequence events. Shattermage ahead of his PB, getting the sub 330 completion of High Street. Really nice. It looks like about a 327. We got some happy honks going on Shattermage's side right now. Some really nice runs. And even more good RNG for the Shatterist Mage. So far, this is just about perfect RNG that you can ask for in a Goose game run. We'll see if the pub RNG also holds up for him. Execution has not been perfect for Shattermage, but you cannot blame RNG on this run. So Hippo not too far behind either, so cannot count out the HippoKrampus, excuse me. One missed cycle would definitely even things right back up. But Shatter executing much better here. And making, again, that cycle with ease. Really well done here on Shattermage's side. It is what you look for. Hippo, we'll see if he also gets down. No, he didn't bump into Tina there. But I think it's okay. We'll see if she comes over. Nope, she went around. See, Hippo just a little bit off in his manipulations, and so she walked around the tub. Now he's having to lure her down. Little bit of just time loss here and there is really the difference, is slowly adding up. But also the RNG. The RNG has very much favored Shattermage here. Probably 10 to 15 seconds advantage just on the RNG, but also a little bit better execution as well. Oh no, he went and put the slipper back on first. That's gonna call. Oh, and he's doing the ribbon. So, gonna be costing Shattermage, you know, 8 to 10 seconds right there, having to deal with that. And, yep, losing. Oh, no, Shatter, no, don't do it! Oh, he was not patient. He was not patient right there. Okay. That's an interesting way to do the backup. Not how I would do the backup, but hopefully it works. Okay, the backup works. So if you open the gate, and Tina is all the way up by the stool and she drops her shears, she just won't see the shears afterwards. She will forget that they're there and will just go on to doing other tasks. Huge time waster. Hippo also having some major problems, it looks like. Oh, this is really, really bad for HippoKrampus right here. This is really bad. He has not gotten that other shoe, and he is gonna have to wait. And he's going. Uh-oh. This is. Oh, this I feel bad for Hippo right now. Can he get the? All right, well, at least he's going to get the shoe, slipper, maybe. There we go. All right. Hey, we're on to Hippo doing his final task. And Tina still has not seen that her vase is broken, so that's good. But that is just a huge added time loss. Shatter, getting some good RNG right there. Still, again, having a little bit of trouble grabbing the pint glass. Box Girl getting in the way as well. And now all the NPCs are chasing. Bouncer Vinny giving up halfway, though. You're never going to get ahead in life that way, Vinny. And I'll be curious to see... uh-oh. Shatter having problems getting back in. Oh! Oh! Is he gonna honk? Why didn't he honk? That's very weird. I'm surprised that Shatter did not do the stool and honk. Okay, Shatter doing it now for whatever reason, but gonna be doing that final task. Yeah, Shatter, I think he just did those tasks in a really poor order. However, I suspect it is not going to matter, because it has a very large lead here. No chance at a PB, unfortunately, though, doing that sequence of events. I think he could have had a chance at a PB if he had done the stool first and then done the toy boat. Lost a lot of time, both having to go back to the stool afterwards, and then also having to deal with Pub Lady returning the toy boat. There was also a little Box Girl problems there. Our favorite Blocks Girl. As Hippo getting his toy boat. We're looking, and Shatter upset with his pub again. Really had a lot of pub-related issues in his practice runs as well. Looking, it was a mid-1020s on Shatter's side. Hippo not learning his lesson that has been taught to him so many times to bump into the pub lady. He just continues not to do it, but I don't think that is going to be what does him in here. He is about a minute behind. Honk. Okay, he was close enough. Sometimes if you don't do that right, Vinny winds up getting too far away, and then your honk is left on dead ears. You know, if a goose honks in a pub and there are no humans to hear it, did he even honk? Didn't know that we were getting philosophical in our speedrun races. But we've got some bell return to do here. Where is Box Girl? That is probably what Shattermage is wondering right now. He's getting through with Vinny. All right, Box Girl in her normal position. That is what you're hoping for. And through the pub. Pub is definitely the hardest aspect of the bell return. It is not smooth sailing, but it is a lot of relief once you get through that pub. The other three areas, a lot more consistent. And also, even if things go wrong, the potential time loss is a lot less, usually. Nice back garden bell return on Shattermage's side as HippoKrampus has gotten his bell and next his way back into the canal. Oh, shopkeeper already had her broom. That's not what you're looking for, but oh no, Hippo having some issues in his pub bell return, but gets his way, and he is through as Shattermage has gotten into the garden. Just one groundskeeper to go, and then he is going to be victorious here. Shattermage is through, and we are definitely looking at some GGs in the chat, please, for Shattermage. It's going to be coming in with about a 1348, and that is going to advance him on to the losers bracket finals against yours truly. That is going to be a hell of a match, I am sure. Shatter has been super consistent with mid-13s on his run, so GG, Shatter. I look forward to battling against you, my friend. And then there were 3 remaining in the tournament. It is down to the top 3 on our leaderboards. Rowan, myself, and Shattermage. And I'm sure we'll be getting some folks in for interviews very shortly as well. Hippo finishing up. Gonna be a very low 15. Not going to cut it here this late in the tournament, unfortunately. Just too many mistakes, especially the big one in back garden. Just really costs them. Chatter is doing some goose surfing, or trying to. And GG Hippo on finishing up with a 15-10.
Okay, I can't hear you. Hold on one second.
Hey, Shatter.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, I moved you on live. You were in setup.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if anybody can hear me. Okay.
Congratulations, GG.
Thank you. Thanks. I actually had the stream up on my phone. It's just I was kind of glancing over occasionally. Usually I don't have the stream up when I'm racing, but...
Well, overall, 2 pretty clean races, both 13s for you. That's
nice.
Really all you can ask for, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not my best, but it's definitely not my worst. You know.
I mean,
like it's not a 6
seconds.
Yeah, I was within 30 seconds of PB. As a matter of fact, that was 32.2 seconds of PB. So I beat my average by 2.5 seconds.
So yeah, that's really all I guess. And really clean, except for some issues in pub in both of the runs.
Yeah, pub has been the great killer though for me the last week or so. It's just the old man just doesn't want to cooperate, and then when he doesn't agree, then everybody else seems to have minor disagreements. But Box Girl just wanted to get in the way today.
Yeah, so Box Girl rearing her ugly head.
Yeah, just didn't want me even in the pub this time. I went, okay, well, if we're gonna play that game, I'll just sit here and wait until you decide to move.
It happens sometimes. So, yeah. Hippo, GG to you as well.
Thank you.
It was a wonderful run, man. You battled all the way from the first round of the losers bracket after losing to Shattermage in round 2 of the winners bracket. You won 5 losers bracket matches to get all the way back here and to get the rematch that everybody wanted, the people's rematch of Shattermage versus HippoKrampus Volume 2. And so, just big props on that, on fighting your way all the way through the losers bracket and getting this far into a 4th place finish in our tournament.
Thank you.
Nice.
Especially considering you really only started running Goose Game like a week before the tournament started.
About that, yeah. I signed up pretty much 3 days after I started running, I think.
Nice.
So, you just made incredible progress to now being 4th place in the tournament, 4th place on the leaderboards, and, definitely excited to see what more goosing you have in you. There are other categories in your future.
Yeah, I'm probably going to skip out of 80% glitchless from here on out for a bit.
I don't blame you.
I think we're all getting a little tired of Glitchless.
I would love to stop Glitchless, but now I have to face Tasselfoot, so guess what I still have to do?
You can stop anytime you want, Shatter. You definitely do not need to
Sure. I'm sure I could. I'm sure I could.
So, but yeah, I think that will be a great match in the losers finals.
Yeah,
down to 3 people.
Yep, and then us two, and then the living AI himself.
yeah. One of us gets to move on and lose to Rowan in the grand finals.
Yeah, if it makes it past 3 rounds, consider it an accomplishment.
Yeah, it would be nice if someone can take 1 game off of Rowan. So we'll see what can happen. We've got one match between you and me first that I'm sure we'll sort out and hopefully get scheduled relatively soon. But yeah, any other thoughts, guys?
Nope. Just have a good day and keep goosing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. GG, man.
GG. Thank you for being a great competitor 2 times.
Likewise. Yeah, it made me actually have to practice.
Yep.
Gotta make it work.
And so this was our first rematch. And no matter what happens, the grand finals will also be a rematch because Rowan beat both of us, Shattermage.
Yep. So yes, he did.
You and I, so far, have only lost to Rowan, and one of us will get to lose to him again.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
But that will be a lot of fun. And so yeah, if you guys enjoyed, give the runners a follow. Consider giving your commentator a follow, and stay tuned for the schedule for the losers finals between Shattermage and myself.
Honk.
Yeah, honk. Honk.